This is a PokePress special report.
Hi, I'm Stephen Reich at the PokePress PIRN Studios in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm on the phone with Chris Breeze Barczynski, who is actually, he's done several Pokemon songs. He's did the 10th season theme, Diamond and Pearl. He also did Living in the Shadow, which is at the end of the 10th movie, The Rise of Darkrai. And he has a new song, which I'm sure few of you have heard because they didn't play it on the TV here in America. They sort of dubbed over the end credits as they often do on television. If We Only Learn from Arceus and the Jewel of Life. So first of all, how did you end up falling into this? Did you have a mutual friend? Did you know someone? How did this all start?
Yeah. John Leffler from Razor and Tie. I believe you spoke with Kristen Price as well about that.
Kirsten Price, yeah, back in 2008.
Yeah, John, I do several different things. I sing on the Kids Bop CDs for John. He was also producing those as well as the Pokemon. And I often do demos for John for commercials. We did a Toyota ad together. And
Really? When was that, if we might know?
that was, I think, back in 2005.
Oh, okay. So you guys have known each other for a while then?
Yeah, when I moved to the city, I moved here to New York in January of 2001, and I guess about a year or two later I met John.
All right. And so what's the process? I know you didn't, you recorded these, I'm guessing you recorded them in the sequence that, we first learned about them, but how long of a time period was this over?
Well, I think I did the Diamond and Pearl song quite a few years ago, at least 3 years ago, I'd imagine. I remember seeing my name on a chart in Japan for Diamond and Pearl right behind Chris Cornell, so I felt I was in good company there.
Why don't you talk a little bit about each song? What went into each of them, and what would you like to point out about each of them?
Well, they're very different songs. I mean, first of all, the Diamond and Pearl is more of a kind of a spoken word, almost rap, modern rock kind of feel. Really driving, and of course, if We Only Learn is more of a ballad, and The Shadow of Darkrai is it's more of a like a progressive rock kind of vibe to it. It's very powerful. I enjoyed singing all of them. They challenge my vocal range.
All right. In addition to your work in Pokemon, you're also in a band, Citizens of Contrary Knowledge. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
We're based here in Harlem, New York. We are a rock band. If you can imagine Led Zeppelin, Prince, and U2 getting thrown in a blender. Very rock and funk and soul and a little bit of everything thrown together. We really don't like to be pigeonholed in any way.
How'd your group get started?
I moved to New York, as I said, in January of 2001 without a band, without even knowing anyone here in New York. I came here with a vision to put the band that I always wanted to have together and to be with a group of musicians who respected one another as people and as musicians, and just wanted to make great music, and left the ego at the door. And it's a very difficult thing to find that kind of chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And people who are dedicated to being in an original project and trying to, make a statement with their own music and their own playing.
And you've also been, I hear you were part of the house band on The Singing Bee. What was that like? So what did you sang some songs and then people had to complete them? I forget exactly how that show worked.
Yeah, it was an NBC show starring Joey Fatone, and it was a musical game show where contestants would have to finish the lyric to a song. I was in the house band with Ray Chu from here in New York. he was the music director, and I was the only singer actually that appeared on every episode that we filmed. But it was fun. I got to sing everything from Frank Sinatra to Nirvana on the show. So again, it was a lot of work, but it was great. Great experience. The cast was incredible. Incredible singers and musicians on the show, and of course we had many guest stars on the show. I got to meet Little Richard and Barry Manilow and Blondie, and quite a few other artists that I've always loved. I got to relive a bit of my childhood and see the Village People and the cast from The Fresh Prince and the Brady Bunch, and
wow,
several other shows that we grew up on. Yeah.
All right, and so what are you looking forward to in the future? What's next on your plate?
My band, Citizens of Contrary Knowledge, have just released our second CD. We had a lot of great success, indie success, with our first release, You're What You Wish You Are, which we were able to license to Nickelodeon Network for 2 of their shows, Drake and Josh and Zoe 101. And Showtime Network licensed our song House of Cards for the ad campaign for the second season of their hit series, The Tudors, starring Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. So we got a lot of worldwide notoriety with our song House of Cards, and we managed to get quite a bit of airplay on college radio and internet radio and podcasts around the country. And we were just nominated top 5 best independent artist of 2009 by Internet Radio Magazine.
Really? Wow, that's really great. And I said this to you earlier, but I think actually, and I will double check on this, but I think you're the first person, now that you've done 2 ending themes to Pokemon movies, although you share the Darkrai movie, you sort of share with Kirsten Price. You're the first person, English or Japanese, I will double check on that, to have done 2 ending themes. So that's certainly a good level of notoriety there, and I hope they get to use you again sometime, because I really like your singing.
I appreciate that. I really enjoy doing these songs too, and it gets me in front of a whole different audience, the Pokemon fans, and it's great to have them come and visit my music. The Citizens of Contrary Knowledge. They can go to our website and check out the music at citizensrock.com.
Yep, I'll put a link in the video notes if you're watching this on YouTube. Thank you so much, and I always love having musicians on. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you, Stephen.
This has been a PokePress special report.